Hi everybody, Dr. Dan Lawrence here doing a quick video. I uploaded a cover letter template and I just want to go over why I think this is an effective approach to writing a cover letter. It's a very simple one, two, three paragraph approach with pretty standard letter formatting and the inclusion of a letterhead, includes a signature. Um, like with anything, I may have mentioned this in another video already. There's no one way to write a perfect cover letter. It's more of an art than a science, but there is a kind of formula you can follow here to get a good result, and that's what I want to talk about. Now, you should, before going on the job market, you should always get advice from multiple people who actually work in your specific field because it can vary by field. The advice you get might vary by even it's from company to company. So get advice from people who actually work in your field. Get advice from professors who know your field inside and out. Get advice from the career center at UWS is great. You can get you want to kind of triangulate your knowledge so you're getting advice from lots of different places and then make strategic decisions based on lots of good information. But what I have here is a simple three paragraph approach. A lot of people who work in the career center have mentioned to me that they also like a kind of brief, brevity is key with a cover letter. So let's just go through this. You can pull up that sample PDF template that I uploaded. We have some features here, 1 inch margins all around, 1 inch top margin, 1 inch right margin, left margin. There's some white space at the bottom because we're going for a brief. The margin down there is 1 inch, but you can see there's lots of white space in the bottom of the page. I have a letterhead at the top, and that's just a stylistic feature that makes it look more like a cover letter. I'm using all caps in the name. It's about 22, somewhere between 18 and 24. I want to say it's 22 size on the name. And then we have return once, single spacing throughout the entire document. We have return once from the name, centered, address, comma, space, city, comma, space, abbreviated state, then no comma, space, zip code. Return once. Phone number. I've stylized that with the period. I think that looks modern. Some people use the hyphen. Some people use parentheses for the area code, and just the hyphen between the second set of 3 digits and the final set of 4 digits. So there's really multiple different ways to format a telephone number. I think that looks clean with the period. Space, then a vertical descending line, which you can create on your keyboard with shift backslash, shift backslash, or that way. Depending, I don't know if the video is mirrored or not. That'll create a vertical descending line, which is a clean way to separate your phone number and the email address. I removed the hyperlink from the email address because I think that looks cleaner. Return, right? Date, return. Now, 2 address blocks is normal for a cover letter, but it's actually redundant here because we have the return address, the sender's address, already in the letterhead. So, does that first address block actually need to be there? Probably not, but with a brief cover letter, it can start to look almost too short if you don't have enough content on the page. So I actually really like the redundant address block here just to occupy a little more space and to make it look more like a conventional letter. But yeah, it is redundant because you have that information in the letterhead already. Then return. You have the recipient, Nancy Wilson, marketing director, name of the company, street address, return, city, comma, space, abbreviated state, space, zip code. Return salutation. Now, I always recommend first name, last name for the salutation. Don't do the Mr. or Mrs. You don't want to accidentally misgender somebody. This there's just really no reason to use it's looking old fashioned unless you get advice to the contrary. You know, if in your field it's more polite to, you know, write dear Miss or Mrs. Nancy Wilson, um, I don't know, but generally I recommend not using Mr. or Mrs. I think it has more potential for harm than benefit there. So usually just dear, first name, last name, comma. If you don't know the name of the specific person who's going to be receiving the letter at the company, then you can just put dear hiring manager, comma. That's perfectly acceptable if the name of the person is not listed publicly with the job posting. Now, 3 paragraph strategy. The first paragraph is factual information about what you're doing, you're applying to the job, who you are in your education, and the specific skills and experience you have that make you stand out and make you a great fit for the role. That's the first paragraph. The second paragraph is more detail about your specific fit for the position. Did you have a related internship? Do you have extraordinary skills in some specific area? Can you quantify your achievements in some way? What makes you stand out? You could even tell a little story. You know, while I was that's kind of what I've done here. As a graphic design intern at name of company, I did X and Y. This helped me to do this. Here's a measurable achievement. We increased our daily visitors by 5,600 daily visitors. I also took specific classes. You're really you're expanding your specific fittedness for this position. The third paragraph then is just niceties. It's basically a sign off. You know, I look forward to speaking with you more. You can reach me by phone. You can reach me by email. You know, I also did something specific that you asked for in the job posting. Return, return, sincerely, return, 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 type your name, and then insert the signature in that space you've created. It makes a really clean cover letter. It's very simple. And so there are formulas here. You know, I think this is a really strong way to start that first paragraph. It's a, it's a statement of fact. I am applying to the position of X, name of position, at Y, name of the company, in Z city, and then if the job has a job number or requisition number, you can include that. Very formulaic. You know, some people will say you should write, I'm so excited to apply for the position, or I'm passionate, but to me, that, I don't know, I find weakness in that. I find it's so cliche, it's overdone. I always like this kind of statement of fact. Now, it's not the way you have to do it. It's, again, this is a single model. This is a one approach to writing a cover letter that I find to be successful. You should get advice from, when you actually go on the job market, you should get advice from multiple people. This is one approach, fact-based, objective-based. Second sentence, very formulaic. I will graduate with A, name of degree, you know, B, minor, C, from the university, and D, the year that you plan to graduate. And then the third sentence, also very formulaic, I have H number of years, right? Years of experience, just random variables, obviously. I have so many years of experience in specific name of software or specific skill that's directly related to the field, the position that you're going into. Even better if it's a software or skill that they specifically enumerate or list in the job posting, so that you're keyword matching to the posting. You're showing that you read the posting. You're showing you have specific skills that they are specifically looking for. That's a really strong introductory paragraph. It lays out all the facts, and it shows why you're a qualified, even an extraordinary candidate for the position. Education, it covers a lot of ground in that really simple formula there. So second paragraph then, again, that's you're expanding, you're expounding, you're offering some kind of experience that you had or a major project that you worked on or going into the specifics of those skills. It's fact based still. Even if you throw in some narrative elements, it's ultimately fact based. You're trying to quantify your skills, you're listing specific skills, you're listing specific things you've done, companies you've worked at, to try to demonstrate how you're a good fit for the position. And then again, third paragraph niceties. Okay, so that's just me walking you through this template. It's a 3 paragraph model. It's just one model. It's one potential approach to writing an effective, brief cover letter when you're on the job search. And now, of course, the actual assignment for the course, right, it has more components than this. It has also the AI assisted cover letter, and then a reflective memo where you're looking at the comparative strengths and weaknesses of, your human generated cover letter and also the AI written cover letter and what works and what doesn't, and comparing and contrasting. So yeah, this template really is just if you have never written a cover letter before. I wanted to kind of walk through why I uploaded this and why I think it's a compelling sample. Of course, you also have great samples in your textbook and lots of other things to look at. So there you go. Thanks, everybody.